What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Luke Cage from the Mindless One Wave. Let's check it out.
Now tuning into the encountered culture.
Anyway, stop being replaced. Counterculture, it's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be a drinking with my friends. When we go out, you never see us again.
As promised, today we are going to be looking at Luke Cage. Let's see what's going on. Looking at the box, of course, this again, we're back. We got windows back. Everything is looking nice. It's just a sight to see, right? I know we're all happy about that. All right, so moving on. So we do see Marvel Knights, Luke Cage, Power Man. Flip it to this side. There's your comic inspired art. Flip it to the back. There it is again. And your little bio blurb. You know, that was something that was missing on the windowless packages for whatever reason. So good to see that's back. So, of course, Luke Cage, Power Man, having accidentally gained superhuman strength and bulletproof skin from a science experiment, Luke Cage becomes a hero for hire known as Power Man. Here's what you get in the wave. Mindless One is the Build-A-Figure. Cool looking figure as well. Definitely excited to finish this wave out and build that guy. All right, so there's your art again. But let's see what's in the box. Fresh out the box, looking pretty decent. Fairly simple figure from what it looks like, but the colors look nice. A simple black and yellow combination provides that nice contrast. Whether you preferred it be the blue pants or not, you know, depending on how you see it drawn in the comics, they chose black pants for us, so here we go. All right, so we're looking at a fairly decent figure. Very nice head sculpt. Mine looks like a little glue coming down from the hairline there, so I'll have to get in there and get that out. But still a very nice head sculpt nonetheless. Really clean looking. I've seen some kit bashes where people use the old Toy Biz head on this figure, and that looked pretty good too. But honestly, this is a pretty nice head sculpt. So of course you are on double jointed pinless all the way around. Big complaint here is going to be nothing in the ab. I mean, nothing. Like, it's kind of weird that there's not even that like basic ab crunch in there. Not sure what the choice was there. Again, another thing that I've seen is people using the classifieds roadblock, I believe, to make that adjustment. Of course, just like in some other figures, there's this area here that is exposed when you move the arm. They didn't paint the skin yellow there just to give it more of a seamless look. So that's kind of lazy on that end, but depending on how you have them displayed, I guess it won't be as noticeable. But, you know, of course, if you do like that, you get a pretty sizable gap viewing the skin tone there instead of the jacket or shirt overlay. Feels pretty good though. Everything seems to be pretty tight, not gummy on mine. It does have a couple of like dings in here where the paint shows up a little bit glossier, but you know, it just some minor issues. Nothing totally major on mine. I mean, this is an easy fix. That is going to be the problem for everybody. Looking at the chain belt though, this is a nice little accessory, nice effect to the costume. It is a separate piece, so you can move it around however you'd like, so no issues there. Of course, looking at the rest of the articulation, you do get full range of motion at the arms. Arm will go up about that high, again all the way around. Double jointed pinless elbows, so you do have some options there depending on how you want to move it. Again, it's not gummy, so that's at least a plus. You do get the upper bicep swivel there. Nothing in the abs, like I said. Head, you could probably force it all the way around, but at least you get all the way side to side. Looking down, you're going down all the way to the chest, and looking up, you can go about that far. Doesn't appear to be hindered by this. It just seems to kind of stop right there. So the collar not necessarily causing any issue, if you will. Hands, you have, same sort of movement that you're used to there. Moving down to the legs, you do have an upper thigh swivel. You are double jointed at the knees as well. Nothing at the upper boot. And then coming down, you do get your normal range of motion for your feet. So I'm curious why this wasn't made to have a swivel there. So that's another interesting choice. Decent figure, but certainly has room for some improvement. And then, you get like the ball down here. You can get a decent amount of movement out of that, so that could be worse for sure. You do get an extra set of hands, so you have two closed fists, two open hands, and these are also on your side-to-side or horizontal joint there. So that's it as far as accessories are concerned. Certainly could have used, maybe some other options, but just an extra set of hands, nothing more, nothing less. For your comparison, I do have him backed up against the Defenders set Luke Cage. So you can see this version is shorter than the Defenders version, or I guess more modern look to Luke Cage. So, I'm not sure what the decision there is, why there's such a disparity as far as the height is concerned. But there you go, just so you have an idea of what he looks like against a previous version of Luke Cage. You can get an idea there. I think a lot of people are happy to have Luke Cage in this costume. So, you can have your thoughts whether you like this, the Thunderbolts version, or the new version, or maybe you just prefer the older one. You get an idea of what you're looking at as far as the progression of Luke Cage figures. Overall, not a terrible figure, fairly basic, definitely some room for improvement. It's weird not having any sort of ab crunch in there, and the sort of just open gaps in these shirts. That's a problem with a few other figures, so it's nitpicky, but again, if you're displaying it, it definitely stands out. So just a couple of the minor things that could have been a little bit better on this Luke Cage figure, but still happy to have him in this classic costume. I forever had the Defenders version of Luke Cage on the display, and that's a cool Luke Cage figure and all, but I don't know that it necessarily fit into kind of the aesthetic that I would have liked for street level shelf. So I am excited to see what this one looks like. For me, the ab crunch thing, I'm not going to get him in too crazy of a pose, so maybe it won't be that noticeable for me. But I do feel for a lot of collectors who like to get more dynamic in their posing, and that certainly does make it a bit more limited. So you guys let me know what you think about that down in the comments below, how you feel about this, if you're excited. If you did any of the modifications, such as like the G.I. Joe Classified modification or the head swap, let me know about that, because I've seen some good images out there, like on Instagram, for people doing those modifications, and it looks pretty sick. So you can definitely get a lot more out of this figure if you want to go those extra steps. Certainly like to talk about it. You guys let me know down in the comments below. But of course, thank you for coming and checking out this video. A nice quick one today. Nothing too crazy. Of course, don't forget to check out Instagram or whatnot. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe below. But until next time, take it easy.
I'm being erased, I'm being replaced. Counterculture, it's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be a drinking with my friends. When we go out,